If you're new to IBM SPSS, this video is for you. I'll show you how to enter some data, analyze that data, and create a graph. I'll also show you how to save files, and we'll take a closer look at data view and variable view. SPSS is very popular, in part because of its intuitive interface with drop-down menus and clickable icons. I'm using version 28, but the interface should look almost identical for older versions, all the way back to SPSS 16. If you get a splash page when you start SPSS, just dismiss it by clicking on the small X to the top right. You should get this data editor spreadsheet. Some of the icons will be grayed out. These will become color as you enter data and work through tasks. There are two tabs, Data View and Variable View. When you want to enter or view variable information, click the Variable View tab. And when you want to enter or view data, click the Data View tab. Let's enter some data. Click the Variable View tab. The Variable View screen has rows representing variables, and the columns represent attributes. Those are properties. There's some other information you can enter for each variable. I'll cover those in just a few moments. You must provide a name for each variable, or SPSS will assign a default name, like variable 1, variable 2, and so on. It's in this variable view screen that you enter all of your variables and their properties. Any cell you click is the active cell. It's displayed in color, indicating it's ready to receive input from your keyboard. Let's work through a basic example. We want to track employee sick days, view the mean number of sick days taken, and create a bar chart. At the top of the screen, type the word employees in the cell. This is the cell below name and to the right of row 1. Variables must begin with a letter. They can't have special characters or spaces. And you have a maximum of 64 characters. You can, however, use underscore. Cells in SPSS are the little boxes at the intersection of columns and rows. Click the cell below measure and select nominal. Click the Data View tab. This is basically just a spreadsheet. The Data View screen is similar to the Variable View screen in that there's rows and columns. However, in Data View, columns represent variables or types of measurement, and rows represent the cases, also called records, associated with each variable. Each row refers to one case, one participant, or one subject. A record can refer to a student, a worker, a house, or anything else that can be measured or counted. Type in the number of sick days. For example, employee number 1 has 7 sick days. You can press Enter after each entry, tab down, or select another cell with your mouse. If you don't see this toolbar, do the following. On the menu, click View, select Toolbars, and then click Data Editor. Next we're going to save the file. Click File, then click Save As. A window called Save Data will open. That's where you're going to enter a name for your work. For this project, we'll just call it Employee Sick Days. That looking box in the center of the window shows where the file will be saved. I'm saving this in Documents. Now we've saved our file, let's find the mean and the sum for this set of data. Click Analyze, choose Descriptive Statistics, then click Frequencies. drag employee to the variables panel. You can also click it and then click that right arrow to place it into the variable panel. Both methods work equally well. Click the Statistics button to open the Frequency Statistics window. In the Central Tendency panel, click Mean and Sum, then click Continue. Click OK and another screen opens titled Output IBM SPSS Statistics Viewer. This shows the results of the analysis you just requested. Next, let's create a bar chart. On the main menu, click Graphs, select Legacy Dialogs, then click Bar. The bar charts window opens. Click Simple, then click Values of Individual Cases. Click Define. The Define Simple Bar Values of Individual Cases window opens. Click Employees and drag it to the bars represent box. You can also click that right arrow again to place the variable into that box. Click OK, and here's our simple bar graph. We can save our bar graph by clicking File, then click Save As, type a name into the file name box, and click Save. Now that we've saved our work, we can click the X to close the window. So let's take a closer look at the data and variable view screens. You can start typing in numbers on the data view screen, but SPSS will give it a generic variable name like variable 1 or variable 2. You can then switch back to the variable view screen to redefine the variables, which you'll want to do, otherwise your statistics and charts may be difficult to interpret with all of the generic names of variable 1 and variable 2. On the variable screen, you can give the variables a more descriptive title in the label column. For example, on the employee variable, I might label this number of sick days. And for hours, that might be the number of hours worked while sick. Type is set to numeric, but you can change this by clicking on the right-hand side of the cell. From here you can choose another type. For example, you might have a list of dates. If you're using string variables, combinations of letters and numbers, or alphanumeric values, these are treated as text in SPSS. Width defines how wide the string variables can be. If you're not using string variables, you can leave this entry blank. Decimal specifies the number of decimal places. The default is 2. Column specifies how wide or narrow the columns look in data view. Increasing the width here will increase the cell width in data view, but not in this variable view. I hope you found the video helpful. Please take a moment to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.